The amount of farts that car's saying.
I was surprised.
It kind of just had a farty smell at the end.
You know, honestly,
So
folks, I just want to let you know that Tiny had lost his dearest vehicle this week.
Yep.
He did not know that it was going to be lost.
I
He
did
thought it
not.
might have had a little life left in it, and he could have
I
squeezed.
thought I had
life
more
out of it.
time.
But unfortunately, it started crying from its vents, and its air conditioner no longer blew. The engine itself sounded like you were cooking beef stew. It was boiling and rumbling and hardly putting out power. The dripping got worse just hour by hour.
Yeah.
Dear sweet eagles, rest in peace. As you scream, the red HHR, the red comet, you screamed. Thank you.
Is deceased.
Thank you for your service to
Thank
Tiny.
You was adequate for what I needed when I needed you. You was never good for anything. You were always adequate, and for that I thank you.
That vehicle. It survived so long, and that now that Tiny has a newer vehicle, it is a very good color of not purple.
Yep.
He swears it's not. I call it not purple because I mean, in the right light.
Yeah.
But who knows, really, honestly. I don't. Who describes vehicle colors in the first place? Because they're never exactly right. They're like, this reminds me of Sahara Flats.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what color they call it.
What okay. That's decent. That's a decent thing for you to do. So the vehicle that you did get it replaced by was something that is more of a whistle. It's a whistling albatross as opposed to a screaming eagle.
So it came in two colors, either Imperial Blue Metallic or Blaze Blue.
Yours has got to be the Imperial Blue Metallic.
I think so. Hold on.
That's got to be the metallic flaking on it is probably what gives it the purple hue.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my
what
band
it is.
name, by the way. Purple Hue.
Purple Hue.
Hell yeah. But we dress up in like smoking jackets
Oh, heck
that are
yeah.
like a halfway like designed of Hugh Hefner / Prince.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Why have I not thought up more good bands? Like, put them out there into the ether just so people can. Does anybody else do that? I wonder if anybody else does that. Like, actually, like, they think of a band name and then they put it out there. My friend Matt is the one who got my brain starting to get geared that way.
Well, it's so much more fun than
That's what she said.
Yeah, and
Trying to pick out situations like that.
Yeah.
As opposed to just hearing something that sounds fun and you're like, oh shit, that's my band name.
Mm-hmm. And then every now and then I try to decipher what band it is. If I'm ever gotten with that's my band name, I'm like, yep, that's a death metal band.
Yeah, but you got to figure
That's
out
the appropriate response.
Like I'll occasionally put in like a hip hop R&B, like a boy band kind of situation. Like I'll throw those out. Sometimes ska happens all the time when something's a little bit too goofy. Because for some reason, ska's always like got something in my head that's like makes me think it's going to be, Real Big Fish, like band names like that. Less Than Jake, my band's name was 2-Bit Tuesday.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, so it was nuts. And I mean, looking back at high school, I mean, shit, high school's crazy. Like I was talking to somebody today that just got through going to their 50th high school reunion. And I was like, I didn't even go to my 15th. I mean, I might go to my 20th because every 10 years I'll go check in. That'd be great.
Yeah. Let people know you're alive.
But there's so many people.
I mean, I'm going to go to my 10 year if it happens.
There's just so many people from my graduating class that just passed away so early because of either drugs or accidents or bad things.
Most of them are drugs, honestly.
A lot end up being drugs.
Yep.
It's
sad, but it's also sad when you see them like, You went down a bad way.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time too, like, I mean, what am I gonna flex besides like being one of the most popular podcasts on the internet? If you get on good pod streaming services,
And it's like we're the best podcast in Cokeville.
are we?
Yeah, I think we're the only one left too.
Are we the only one left? Because I
think so.
Because I see podcasts pop up from our area, and I keep wondering, like, is anybody in the general vicinity doing podcasts anymore?
Well,
because the ones that we used to know were doing them, but then like you'd have like, here's release content for this, here's release content. I think they've all just went to like their own little short, like their own short form, like video clips that they're making or something.
No, I'm talking about like local, like in our hometown local. Because there's one that I know of that's left. The name does not bear mentioning. He was actually a former customer, and he interviews like local people.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm like, nobody knows that person. Why are you interviewing that random person?
Are you kidding me?
No.
Wait, hold on. From where?
It was a former customer up at your last place of employment.
I don't even.
And he also came into my last vape shop place of employment.
That's okay. Well, I'm interested to find out names after we get off.
He inherited his daddy's truck, and he was about it, and he's got like a terrible black beard.
Huh. We can get into that a little bit more later, because I need to find out actual names of folks, because if you only knew how many people that might describe to me.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's too many. I mean, just people that fit like just everyday customer interaction. Like now I've been doing this for almost 10 years, or was it 10 or 11 years now? I can't fucking remember anymore.
Well, he was vaping back when you only had to be 18 to get tobacco products.
And
I don't know why that seemed relevant.
That's been quite a while now.
I know. Well, I'm saying around that time was the last I've seen him.
That's
like
weird.
In person.
That's weird, working at a vape shop or in the industry for so long, but not ever owning a vape store.
Yeah.
Most people I know that have been in the industry that long, or that are like that, they haven't just been like working at shops. They like either own a store or they're a co-owner of some sort. But it doesn't always work that way.
Exactly.
It just don't always work that way.
It's weird, the cross section of people that you get at the vape shop.
I think that the next thing I'm going to turn that's my band name into is that's my vape store name.
Okay. Well, yeah, they do. You talking about like what they refer to us as?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, different vape store name.
I think my favorite when there's like, well, the guy that was here the other day said this. All right, which one was it? He was the one with the beard. Okay, so he wasn't the one woman that works there.
Okay, well, he was the one that was like, because there was one thing that would throw him off. He was the one with hair.
That would narrow down to two, because one of y'all has some hair, but you can't tell how little there is because he wears a hat all the time.
That is true, because sometimes it'll grow out and he got that orange fuzz.
Yep. No, I was talking about the other one.
Oh, no, the black hair fuzz guy. Yeah, I forgot you got Couch Gnome and Big Red Angie.
Yeah.
I forget that Couch Gnome's over there sometimes, and actually Couch Gnome's right here right now.
Yeah, hi.
What's up?
Hi, Jabin.
What's up, Jackson?
But, and it's like, okay.
I hope Gertrude, I hope Gertrude got a shirt.
I hope so, too.
I think that his shirt was pretty dope looking.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, okay, here's what spawned that. Little old lady comes in like crooked back, like
candy cane
lady.
Oof, that hurts me.
And I was like, "What can I do for you today?" And she goes, "No, it's not what you can do for me. It's what I can do for you." And I was like, I looked at her and I said, "I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I just want one." And she goes, "What?"
Ooh.
And she goes, "No, I brought you a shirt like I was wearing the other day." I said, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah, because I walked in and you said, 'Hey, I like that shirt.' And, blah, blah, blah. Well, I went and got you one, but this was the biggest one that I had." And I looked at it. The shirt was dope. It was like the Golden Girl, said Thug Life. Like, it was cool.
Picture this. Yeah. Sicily, 1922.
And I've never seen the shirt before in existence. But I said, with her, I just said, "Well, thank you. That was really sweet." Because I didn't want her to not get the joy. So, I mean, I was excited that the shirt existed. So I role played that it was actually me that she dealt with.
Oh.
And she left. She was all happy, like, "Yeah, I did good." And then I was like, "Okay." She said it was the guy that was here the other day. And I said, "Okay." She assumed it was me. And I was like, "Well, That narrows it down to two of us because that means either Austin or Woodrow.
Hold on, who? Hold on. I left that shirt on the couch, and you just automatically assumed it was to go to Woodrow.
No, it does go to Woodrow. I
How do you-
verified.
Okay, and he
Yeah,
said,
because the phone call that I called you the other day and you didn't answer, then I texted you, never mind.
yes,
That's what that was. Because I was like, I know Austin really likes the Golden Girls.
I do. I was watching
And
it on TV.
I was like, I was going to tell him, hey, this sweet little old lady brought you one of these T-shirts. And if he said, I don't know what you're talking about, then I knew it wasn't for him. But anyway, he didn't answer. And then so I was like, I doubt it's Angie because like my beard is a dark coppery red. The other Big Red Angie, his is that more bright carroty red.
like luck of it kind of
Exactly.
red.
So I'm like, okay, maybe she thought I was the other guy with the dark beard because Joe's not here. Didn't get a hold of us. So I was like, okay, maybe she thought Angie because we both have red beards.
Mm-hmm.
So I get them on the video chat because they don't know how to make phone calls. It's some weird. It's weird that the old guys they prefer the video FaceTime.
That is kind of funny. Like
it's kind of funny. Hey, it is what it is.
Their patience for texting is super low.
Yeah, it is.
They ain't about to be on that chain.
Exactly.
They gonna get that conversation over with quick to the face, and then they're gonna be gone.
Sometimes they spur it on just a little bit.
You never know. Most of the time, some of the time they always they'll cut each other off. Like my favorite thing to hear one of them say to the other one, either it's couch no Big Red ain't again. Doesn't matter. It's like, hold on, I got a customer.
Look,
Click.
I've been told of more than one occasion that Big Red Angie will text Jabin and go, will you stop because this is tiny? You're just gonna keep winding him up, and he's gonna keep going. He's like, stop winding him up.
Yeah.
And then Jackson goes, yeah, he's kind of right because we got in a thumbs up battle once, and I was prepared to stay up 24 hours to hit a thumbs up after a thumbs up popped.
Was that because you had accidentally sent something to the group as opposed to sending it to me, and then Jason just responded with a thumbs up?
Yeah, I think so.
Because after that, I was so almost asleep that I just clicked like muted all my notifications, and I woke up and I think the morning I think I had like 20 something notifications.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck was going on last night?" I was like, "Oh, looked like someone declared a thumb war."
Yeah, pretty much. And well, the problem is on my phone, the work group message starts with your name, and the messages between us start with your name. So sometimes I click the wrong one after gardening when I have a weird thought because you're the receiver of my weird thoughts because the dog doesn't fucking understand them.
I understand.
I thought maybe somebody that's probably in space with me will understand.
If you only understood how many weird thoughts that I get to hear from people and I roll with, like you don't hit me with some often. Like I can't comprehend this shit.
Look, the other day I had gotten in the garden so much that I could feel each of my toes individually.
You did say that.
Like the air was hugging each toe like a toe sock.
Yeah, you said that in the work text chain.
Yeah, and I get a reply of,
at
hey,
11:15.
Hey buddy, that's probably the wrong place.
Yep.
I didn't expect a response, but there's Jackson. Thumbs up. I was like, I wanted to go, oops, wrong group. But if it's me, the best apology is to not post again.
Yes.
Not to go, oh, I'm so sorry. And then there's a pause. That was the wrong group because that's how people text around here. And to me, the best apology is to just not say anything else.
Yes. But then, when did the thumb war begin?
It was just some random thing that got put in there. And no, it was before it became hearts. It was thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was because it was after a shift, and he always goes and puts the thumbs, and so a thumb happened, and I was like, I'm gonna thumb it.
You get sad face, thumb, wow face, or heart.
Yeah. Well, the thumbs up has now become just a general thing.
Okay.
Not as a response to the numbers like it used to be.
Okay.
And so I was like, I'll give him a thumbs up back. Then he thumbs up that, and I was like, I'm going to be the last one that thumbs up at that point because
you're not going to beat me. I get thumbs up more than you.
Yeah.
Oh, you gave me a thumbs up? Yeah?
I can just hear
Here's
Woodrow
another.
going, Jason. Because you know they were FaceTiming. Like Angie sitting in the chair with his shirt off. Jabin's laying in his bed with his shirt off. And he's like, Jason, stop it. Stop thumbs up and tiny. You're just winding them up. You're just winding them up and going crazy.
And Jackson's
Winding them up.
Jackson's slipping into his own little brain hole that he gets to think of, and he's sitting here thinking, he's like, man, I really wish that he wouldn't yell at me like that. I really would just kind of I'm going to be the last one if they give a thumbs up in the daggum thing. I'm going to give him a thumbs up because he deserves a thumbs up because I'm going to be the last one to give a thumbs up. I guess that was me. All right, brother, I won't.
Yeah, and then I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I looked at the phone for at least 15 minutes and I went, I knew I'd win. Because I think Angie knows telling me to stop is not going to do any good.
No, he might as well go outside and talk to the tree and be like, hey, you care to make me another house? Like, call your buddies, see if they want to stack themselves. Oh, God. Well, that's funny. I mean, I think oh, no, dude. It's over there.
Oh, God!
Hi, everyone. I'm Austin Shazam. You know who I am. Pfeiffer.
And I'm Austin Tiny Zend. And I'm the podcaster.
And we are nerded through the grapevine, the podcast where your best friends gather weekly to talk about your favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. Oh boy. We're the quickest processing brains on the interweb, folks. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, God. Neil deGrasse Tyson, nothing on those fast processing brains. Let me think of something funny. I didn't know headphones could pick things up.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
No, because you said what I was gonna say.
I saw your
eyebrows.
Like I don't know if I don't know if they'll be able to see your eyebrows, but I saw your eyebrows whenever I did it because you were like, stop.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I can't say the transporter.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say, and I went, podcaster.
Yes, that was.
Hey, I feel like I did good. There wasn't as much silence.
I bet there'll be enough for some crickets if you wanted.
I mean, look, I can put in between each word because that was my method of stalling, was put a slightly longer pause.
This week, we're going to come at you and talk to you. Sorry. So I got to get my composure back here if I'm going to talk about these movies that should only be taken seriously.
Yes.
Because they are serious movies.
They are.
And they are made for serious movie fans only.
Yes.
They're not made just to be
made for the manliest man.
They're made for men to be men. And if you're not a man, don't be this way.
They're for
be
man's
a man.
men. They're for man's men.
Like
why is man's man a common saying?
Man.
Because it doesn't mean what it sounds like it should mean.
I don't know.
Because like the term like he's a man's man is like he's very manly. I hear he's a man's man. That's like, oh, he's got him a husband. How good for them.
You ever thought of like if 2.5 Men was like just two guys
and like a dude cut in half,
and like the dude like cut in half of like
it'd have to be lengthways.
Some kind of Clive Barker like body horror upstairs. Just like he lives his eternity just going.
That'd be terrible.
Manly man.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Well, Tony, what was the thing that spurred this like investigation that we went on for these different movies? What spurred it on for you?
Okay, so I was sitting at the shop and I was real bored, and I was trying to find something to watch, and so I'm scrolling through one of the apps. I don't know which one. We did good.
That was way
That was
better.
good.
That was way better than what Michael did.
Yeah. So as I'm scrolling, I was like, Jason Statham, I like his movies. And I'm like, they're like brainless, happy, fun times, so not a real dense plot.
They can't be.
I can't be sucked into the point where I can't customer. And I was like, so I typed in his name, and it was like the Transporter. Transporter 1, Transporter 2, the Mechanic, the Beekeeper, the ballet instructor, and I'm going, what the hell? I'm like, he's just a thing, but he's secretly some kind of badass, like either assassin or spy or something. So I watched the Beekeeper, and like I enjoyed it, but I was like, that'd be fun to talk about.
Yeah, I mean,
Secret badass trope.
I think that I think it's just a funny like little Stathamism to like literally just take like the name of his movie.
Yeah, do you know who I am? The dishwasher.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
You know who I am.
The podcaster.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
I've been practicing this under my breath for a week, okay?
Driver.
Just because, and my wife can attest to this. She's probably heard it a time or two and not even said a word to me about it. But that's almost the way it starts into like a weird noise.
You know who I am?
You know who I am. Because it's like not what he's actually saying, it's his gear up.
Yeah.
It starts off with a weird noise.
I'm the transporter.
She probably thinks I'm an absolute lunatic and has been looking at it for like an escape plan, but it's fine. She's still
Here's the thing. She chose you.
She
chose to be with you every day. She knew going in.
That's nice of her.
Because y'all lived together for a little while before y'all tied the knot.
Test the waters before sealing the deal. Honestly, I don't understand why that's not more acceptable. Hell, even if you're not going to sleep together.
Honestly, at this
and
point
fornicate,
in life, nobody cares.
You'd think so. Yeah. You'd think so. But I mean, if before you get married,
well, it's the older generation. They're like,
before you get married, you gotta know what's going to be like to live with them. Hell, what if they were a slob? Slobs exist. Like, what if a person was a slob and you were a neat freak? Those would not like go together as well as friends would make you believe.
See, as a dude, it's easy to look past that because you're like, but she awful pretty.
Yeah,
because we're dumb. We're driven by instincts. Sometimes they're just really dumb.
I understand, but sometimes
look at every one of my past relationships. It's like they're crazy, but you know what? She's awful pretty. That's what they've all been.
That's sad, Tiny. Surely there was more.
Surely
there was more to gain from those relationships that you had.
There was.
Don't make me call her up.
Except for one of them for sure. One of them for sure was just, man, she awful pretty, and she does that one thing. And that one thing is pretty dope.
Turns out that I also have an identity that I've been hiding underneath the podcaster.
What?
I'm actually also a radio host, but this isn't the voice that I use on there.
Oh.
Delilah. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Are you sitting at home?
No.
Is your husband near you?
No, I'm at the studio.
Is he staring into his cell phone while you also stare into your cell phone, but now you're automatically upset that you realize that he's staring into his cell phone? What if Delilah, like, I haven't listened to Delilah in so long. Like, what's her take on cell phones and couples? Do you think that that'll ever pop up on the radio somewhere?
I'll be real honest with you.
You don't know who Delilah is?
I thought Delilah was just a joke thing.
No, Delilah's a real-ass radio show on 95.9.
I thought that was something that I heard from a sitcom.
It was because it was a torture station.
The only old lady show that I know of was the Dr. Sue.
Like, you remember Paul Harvey radio shows?
Not
like,
my proudest fap.
Oh my God. How dare you? You just hold on. You're just I'm gonna keep buzzing you until you get out of this. Because you have hurt me, sir. Dear sir. You sound like that busted vehicle that brought me my Panda Express today. You do that same squeaky belt that's out of time. Like if it was rotating and squeaking at the same time every time, but it's not. It's going like a.
Oh, that was such a terrible joke.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Delilah's a real radio show on a local radio station that she doesn't record locally here, but it's broadcast on a network. I don't know where she's actually out of. I could do a quick internet dive, or I could allow our listeners to, because I'm sure that a couple of them have already looked it up. Like, I know about Delilah, but I don't know where she's from.
I'm sure there's some that are like, man, I wish that'd get to the topic.
I mean, we probably could get to the topic because, I mean, maybe this is just a podcast disguised as a goof show.
Yeah, I mean, we masquerade in two worlds.
Do we? I've never masqueraded. I have. That's a lie. I just lied to you folks. I have masqueraded. What am I saying? I've got a few that I've allowed my robot and me to investigate together. Just it's the idea of somebody that is representing just this humbleness and this standard life that also has a background that makes you go, ooh, their background.
Yeah, like, oh man, what a badass.
I can't believe they're such a badass.
I can't believe this mild-mannered guy that's making honey from these beehives.
I'm a beekeeper.
Was really a person to prevent, like, people doing real bad stuff, maintain a balance in the hive.
Yeah, and honestly, though, after watching The Beekeeper, I would probably watch The Beekeeper again.
I mean, like it's a good one.
Like, that's the thing about these kind of movies. Like, they don't
look.
Like, you can watch multiple of them because the shtick works.
Well, it was kind of weird to see that trope being put to a modern plague, because like when he walked in that call center with like a bucket of gasoline. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I do not condone these actions. Mm-hmm. However, how many of them scam calls have you gotten? How many poor old ladies have they taken all their money from? And this guy, he's aiming to make it right, because that sweet little old lady that he rented a barn from had all of her money taken from the charity that she was running, and she feel like she could not go on.
If I could only tell you how many different elderly couples that I had to just break the horrible news to, that there's not a dang thing law enforcement can do about scams when you openly give your money away.
Yep.
There's nothing that like standard law enforcement can do. It's usually privatized matters that people take into their own hands for justice that gets things taken care of with that, because like federal level, like pierogi, like that's the kind of stuff that it typically takes. Not, or you could be somebody that has that level of access like pierogi does, and then you be somebody like the beekeeper that now shows up to burn it to the fucking ground.
Yeah, he shows up with some gas cans in his old bump side Ford.
You know who I am.
And just starts pouring. Just going down the line, not caring if it's hitting people nor computers.
He's just like, here we go. It's about to set the world on fire.
But it was kind of funny to see his superpower of being able to disassemble any firearm with one hand. Because during one fight scene,
some things
he
like
grabs
that.
the barrel of the shotgun and goes, quarter turn, off it comes, in guy's throat.
Yep.
It was like, I know that shotgun does not come apart like that. I've taken it apart before.
So, but the shtick of that movie was not only was he a beekeeper that was a beekeeper, he was a beekeeper that's a part of a secret organization that keeps justice.
Yeah,
like
he was like the justice for the group, because we're all part of the hive. He's the guy that goes out and brings balance.
Another one that's along that same kind of vein is a movie called John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
Because
but really only the first one falls into that trope.
But it's the same thing. Like, same thing with the transporter.
Yeah.
Like, they all, like, you get the introduction to what they are. You know what their world is like, that they're not in, but also
the transporter, they show you pretty dang fast in the first one. Because, he's kind of sitting there in his car. He's just like,
yeah. I actually watched the transporter today. He was trying to ignore it, but you don't look at the package. You don't look at the package. You don't look at the package. He was trying to fight it.
Well, isn't it immediately like people get in the car and they're robbing a bank?
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure that's how the first one is, because he's sitting there doing stuff to the car, and then like three dudes jump in and ski mask. And you're like, oh no, and he's like, so where to? And they're like, or no, not where to. He gets ready. He's got it all mapped out anyway, and they're like, he's like, the car's a little too light. He's like, you should have told me that you was taking this much because you said this much. He's like, we're too heavy, and he's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I've calculated, your weight, the weight of the cash. If I drive this way, I only need this many gallons of gas to get over here to the drop off point, and over here that we're safe. And he's like, and there's too much weight. And he goes, okay. And the guy caps the other dude, and they push the body out. And he's like, will that be enough fuel? And he's like, I think so.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like badasseries that go on in those kind of movies. I mean, in John Wick, you've got the synopsis here is the retired hitman just trying to grieve in peace is forced back to his old world of assassins when tragedy strikes. Suddenly, everyone remembers why he was once the most feared man alive. In that movie,
he's the Baba Yaga.
In that movie, you see Keanu Reeves just start off. You don't know what's going on with this guy, but
really hard to say with a Russian accent.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah,
the Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
I've heard of Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga.
Yeah,
either way,
that one's a hard. That's tongue twisting.
They go either way.
Yep.
It's regional. It's like somebody from Dole or somebody from Livingston. They're both going to be Southern, but it's going to sound quite different.
Yeah, went down to Dollar General and went down to Dollar Gentral.
There's General and Gentral. Those both happen here in the South, and they could have been next door neighbors. You don't know how it happens. It's genetic.
Yep.
You might have drank the water that had too much fluoride in it. I'm sorry.
Corey was a Gentral.
There are Gentrals. There are plenty of people that say
he was a young Gentral.
I think that honestly, Dollar Gentral is the. Just quick sidebar, a Shazam not so sober sidebar here. Dollar Gentrals are the place that will be the last thing you see before you die.
Yeah, oftentimes.
Like it's not a curse or a wish that's happening here. It's just like point of fact, where they place Dollar Gentrals are probably going to be they're going to be the last place that you see that's a store before you die.
Yeah, they're
in the middle of cow
They
fields.
are exactly like 8 miles apart from each other, and they're always like, okay, so I can put it here and it's within the thing and it's all nice over here, or I can put it over here by this like the ever burning pile of eternal dog shit, and they'll go, let's put it by the dog shit.
You want to go to Dollar General? What's the Dollar General? Oh, the box store in the middle of the cow pasture?
I'm telling you, what made me feel real bad is that they put one almost within walking distance of where I live.
That is close to where you live.
Mm-hmm.
I've
walked out of that one on multiple occasions to a crazy person screaming at the moon.
There are multiple apartment complexes around that building that I didn't know existed.
Dude, there's so many over there.
Like once you get out at that Dollar General, you're like, where did all these apartments come from? And why is it so much like I'm going to get lost in that area?
There's also a huge trailer park back there.
So John Wick had received a dog. Dog was from
his wife, who was dying.
Dying of cancer.
Yeah, she was like, "I don't want to leave you alone. We have no kids, so I got you this dog,
and you still deserve to know love."
Mm-hmm.
And he then had the dog to care for and to love and to love him back.
Saddest, sweetest thing that a dying spouse could do.
If I could ever have an emotion that makes me feel like if I hold out my hand, there will be fire. I'm going to burn you down. It's physical harm to a loved one, or my little one like that. Like my fur friend. Like if they get hurt, like they didn't deserve that.
No.
Fire's now in my hand. I'm burning the world.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and so
just the thought of that makes me want to get real.
So what happens
real Second Amendment-y.
So what happens is Theon Greyjoy, who's I forget his name, but he's a really good actor at playing a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
He like really likes John Wick's car because he's got a classic muscle car, and he tries to. He's like, how much do you want?
It was like a Nova. It was a beautiful.
It's like, how much do you want? How much do you want for the car? He's like, it's not for sale. He's like, oh, everything is for sale. How much do you want for your fucking car? He's like, it's not for sale. So then they end up having, this altercation back and forth, and then they
just verbal
at this point. But the guy like takes down like some info, finds out where this car is going to enough to where he tracks it down. He breaks into the house with his like 3 crony buddies to break up some shit, and he kills the dog.
Well, at first he starts beating up on John Wick, and John's like...
catches him off guard completely.
Catches him off guard.
Because John was trying to live the civvy life. He was completely turned off to the old ways. It was dead and buried. Literally, you find out how buried here in a second.
Yeah. And then, thankfully, they don't show it, because that would have made me just very upset just seeing it.
Yeah, just to know that it happens, though.
You see a guy rearing up to stomp,
and then
you
squeak.
hear the dog squeak, and I can feel the anger right now. And you see it like set into John Wick's eyes, and he wasn't even a dog person. And then he goes, and you see him in the garage with a sledgehammer hitting the floor, and you're like,
he had buried it under concrete. His past was buried under this concrete.
And then so after this like montage, he opens it, and it's like 2 pistols.
It's like a
gold coin.
It's like he was typing a GTA code on a controller, and now suddenly here's the payload.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and here's a suit, and then he goes to seek vengeance. And at one point, the young guy's dad was like, "Where'd you get the car?" And he was like, "Just some guy." And John ends up calling. Somehow they end up talking to each other.
It was
no. He knew the car. He said, "Where did you get this car?"
Because he took it to John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
he took it to John Leguizamo at the body shop because he's wanting to get something done to the car because he's wanting to change.
Fuckered it up a little bit. I think they drove it through the garage door. Or something.
And he was wanting to get it fixed. He's like, "Where'd you get this car?" And he's like, "Oh, just some broke ass like da 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 da." Yeah. And they were like,
"This is John Wick's car."
He's like, "So what's the big deal? The fuck's just John Wick? Like, what's the deal with what's the big deal of John?"
Then
Wick?
the guy's like, "I'm telling your dad on you."
And then he's like, and we killed his bitch ass dog too. Like, And he's like. And then John Leguizamo's character rears back and punches the mob boss's son directly in the face.
Directly. Wasn't directly, it was directly.
Directly in the face.
Directly.
And so then there's a hubbub. That's my favorite part of the movie is the buildup of who John Wick is because you hear about him so much while he's just, it's a montage of just like he's getting his shit together. What is happening with him? What's the big deal?
You find out from the patriarch because
the patriarch is now confronting.
The son is like, "Hey man, the mechanic, he hit me." And he's like,
and then he pulls the mechanic in.
Like, "Give me the phone." And then they're talking.
Why
he was like, "Why did you
son?
strike my son?" He's like, "He stole John Wick's car and killed his dog." And he goes, "Oh shit!" And then he's
John Wick is not. They call him the Baba Yaga, the boogeyman, but John Wick is not the boogeyman. He is who you hired to kill the boogeyman.
No. They said he was the devil. He's who you hired to kill the devil.
Yeah,
or something to that effect.
It could go either way.
Either way,
it's to that effect. Like
And then the mob boss calls John Wick on the cell phone that he pulled out of the box because it cuts back to him and he opens the box and his phone's ringing.
Yep.
And he's like, "John, I'm sorry, my son, stole your car, killed your dog. I heard you was retired. Can we just call it good?" And he goes, "He killed my dog."
He killed my dog.
Yeah, like mad. And then
like,
he was like,
Mad Keanu is not something that I enjoy because not only does Mad Keanu exist in a world of practical effects when it comes to movement, he practiced all of that tactical and also created his own style of shooting.
Well, the man is also an avid like 3-gun shooter. Like the man is deadly accurate with weapons because he was like making places and winning awards and competitions. So
now there's other characters that seem the same way. Like in John Wick, he wants to be this quiet guy. He's got a past.
He's done. He wanted to live with his wife.
All we know is he's a tragic widower at this. That's all we know of him until the stories start rolling in of how bad you fucked up by calling this man back into this world, and the world expands a lot from there.
It does,
and then it becomes its whole thing.
I mean,
like hotels with secret coins.
I put something on our TikTok about this. I was like, "Look, John Wick, I call it a 6 out of 10 movie because I don't need the secret society in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need, him being an assassin. I don't need his wife dying. I don't need a lot of the plot. I just want to see the man go and defend the honor of his dog.
Yeah.
That was all I needed.
Like,
I didn't need sequels or none of it, but he at one point of the movie, he acquires another dog
and it's a pibble.
because hold on. You gotta hold on. He's got through this thing. He broke into a vet's office to stitch himself up. And in one of the kennels was his big old meathead Pitty. And the dog looked at him like,
Please.
come on, man. I know you're here for me. I know you're my dad. Pit bulls, they know. He was like, you're my dad. You'll figure it out in a second. And he looks at him. And he's got the Keanu hand on the part of the thing of the jacket, the flap. And then he looks. And then you see him walking down the road with that big pit bull beside him, and it's like, hell yeah!
Yeah, it's a pretty good victory moment.
Yeah.
Another movie that's along that same kind of vein, to where you've got somebody that's supposed to be one thing, but then all of a sudden here's this background. The Equalizer is not as like Denzel Washington is like this. Like, I don't know about Denzel Washington's actual prowess for violence, but at the same time he can convince the shit out of me that he knows what to do.
Oh yeah,
Because in the Equalizer, it's a little bit more along the lines of like he's a quiet man working at a hardware store who seems ordinary, but when he sees injustice, he reveals the past full of precision, tactics, and brutal efficiency.
Denzel's a convincing badass,
and like
every movie,
like he can kill he's killing anybody with anything. Like the way this goes down in a hardware store that's like Lowe's, and he's like, "I'm gonna get a nail gun, gonna get a staple gun, gonna get some stuff over here. Let's make some tannerite." I'm like, he's
yeah.
like, and he's just like precision on all this, and you don't have any information on where he comes from or why he's doing it, besides the fact that he's seeing something that's so like unjust that he has to he can't just let it lie. He can't just let this happen. And he's always adjusting he's always checking his timings on things. He's always making sure he's always analyzing every situation he is in. He's very good at looking like he's got that Matt Damon math board going on at any given point. Like, he's good at convincing that. Well, it's just his face.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, he's always thinking. He's always like scanning every corner. He's always trying to make sure that like everything is going according to plan. And the plan is he gets to go through his day and everybody gets home safe. But he knows that something might go wrong. And I think also the way that it pans out is that he's not just there by happenstance.
Oh, I've not seen this movie.
You've never seen The Equalizer?
No, I've not seen it.
That is rude of you to yourself, Tiny. Honestly, you should watch it.
And I really like Denzel.
It's on Netflix.
I didn't realize it was Denzel. Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I know what I'm watching when I get home.
Because I mean,
I'll stay up late.
The Equalizer is probably.
I'll talk to Mary.
Because
we'll watch it.
Where you said Keanu was a 6, this one's could be a little bit higher up for you, because you don't have to go through the death of the dog and you don't have to go through the death of the wife, but you do get to go through I'm just trying to live a normal existence, I need to take care of business kind of thing. Yeah. Like almost like the old like Charles Bronson movies, where he was just like a fed up father who was just going to go on a murder rampage. They were called, I forget what it was. Bruce Willis did a remake of it, but he was always just always had like that big gun in the damn series. I forget what it was. Somebody can correct me on it later on, because I can't remember what that Charles Bronson series was, unless the robot does. Hey, robot, do you know what that Charles Bronson series was that he was going around seeking retribution or whatever? What was it called? Never mind. Even Robot didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, it was very kind of like vague.
It was vague enough that I thought maybe there'd be a kid. Like, I don't know what you're trying to ask. That's what it told me. It said, I don't know what you're trying to ask. The Equalizer was a good one if you like those kind of movies, because he does seem like just a quiet, normal fellow going around having his coffee at the diner and making friends with folks. Just everything's all nice and normal. And then when shit starts going down, you get to find out like why he's always overly analyzing everything. He knows where to go, what to do, and he takes care of things quick. So you need to watch it. Yeah. I'm glad.
I mean, it sounds like something I'd be into.
Well, give me one that you might have, because I've seen too many things.
Well, they sometimes come in the comedy flavor because Chuck was a TV show like that.
That is true.
I thought it was a very good show.
Was that with Zachary Levi?
Yeah, it got a little weird the last few seasons, but just this normal dude, just hey, I work at an electronics store. I'm just a guy. He worked for like a Geek Squad thing, and he had his buddies that were different flavors of Goofy, but he ends up going out to fix something, and he walks into, I can't remember what they call it, but like this giant supercomputer with flashes images and sounds, and it reprograms his brain, and now his brain is a supercomputer.
See, I've never seen Chuck.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good. So the supercomputer sucks into his brain, and it had something to do with this guy he went to college with. But anyway, he comes back and he'll sit there, and they found out that this has happened to him, so they planted a couple of agents around him. One of them works at the store with him, and he's like, he seems like one of those, not necessarily hateful, but a very by the book, like ex-army guy kind of guy. So he's like, oh, well, we got to go stack this now, So he's there to kind of watch Chuck, and he's from like one of the 3-letter boys. And then the girl that works across the street, she's one of the 3-letter boys, but a different 3-letter boy, but also a girl.
Yeah.
And hot. And he's like, hey, oh man, the new girl's hot. Well, come to find out, she's also there to protect him. The interface. That's what it was. It's called the interface.
So he is one with the interface.
Yes. And so what they can do is, because they do a couple of tests, like they show him a picture and it flashes to different things, and his eyes do this thing, and he can just spit out everything about this particular person.
Nice.
Or at one point, he just like gets into a helicopter and goes, and then now he can fly a helicopter like Matrix style because it's programmed in there.
So Chuck was like Chat GPT before Chat GPT
Kind
became
of.
a thing.
But then,
Like in a human body.
yeah. But then Chuck is like, the girl that's protecting me, she's real cute. And part of the cover at one point is that they're dating.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you want a little bit of extra grapes, all you got to do is get onto the TikTok. There's some shorts on there highlighting some of our funnies that we've had along the way. I'm the only one on TikTok a lot of times, just doom scrolling and just carrying on, so that's why it's on my TikTok. So if you want to get on there, look up austin.shazam.phi on TikTok. You'll be able to find all the grape reels on there, as well as getting onto our Patreon for some extra squeeze. For $5 a month, you will have an extended episode that is uncut, directly from record button to record button. No shenanigans are left out. If you get on the $10 tier of our Patreon, you get the uncut video as well, along with special videos and special segments that we do just for the $10 tier. Get on there, get all of our extra content, help support the podcast, and we would appreciate it greatly.
That's my peanut butter.
Have you ever been sitting in your car listening to us and you go, I wonder what these two chuckleheads look like while they're, laughing hysterically? Or I just really want to see the reaction? Get on YouTube. You can see that there. The video releases every Friday. I mean, it's not uncut like, if you was on the Patreon, but you still get to see. And then if you scroll down to the description, you look there, there's a link that'll take you over to the Discord. We call that the Backyard Bonanza. You can talk to us directly. We're on there live, uncut, uncensored, and irrevocably circumcised. And so they end up in this like, will they, won't they? And she's like, well, Chuck, when we go on missions, you're supposed to sit in the car. And he's just like, fine, but I never sit in the car. Ha ha, come in behind you.
Yep.
He's like, I'm the interface. Y'all are supposed to teach me how to do secret spy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a really fun, good watch. And he's still kind of a badass because he's, supposed to be smiling manner like a computer repair guy. Oh, yeah, ma'am, have you tried turning it off and back on again? But no, he's like secret government, supercomputer brain man.
I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
it's about
terrorist cells come into the store.
It's it's like what, 10, 12 years old, something like that?
Yeah.
I'll look into that because, some of the stuff from back in those days, ended up having a pretty decent plot to it.
And it holds up because I've rewatched it.
This one's from 2008. Tell me if you know this one.
Okay.
A father who used to work for the CIA just wants to reconnect with his daughter. But when she's kidnapped abroad, he unleashes the set of skills that made him made him lethal in his field.
I'm a man with a particular set of skills.
You've been taken.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Do this thing. Okay, now do this thing. yell out this thing.
I
Okay,
like
they're going to take you now.
I like
the first one is such a good movie.
Let me tell you something.
The second one, no.
Taken, just in general, Taken.
Have you seen Taken 3?
I've seen all.
I've only seen 1 and 2. I can't imagine 3 is good at all.
I got into like a show hole to where I was like, I didn't have anything extra to watch. So my wife actually got into this with me, which was pretty cool. And we call them Liam Neeson. I can't pronounce things because of salads. Liam Neeson shoot 'em ups. Nielsen. Is it Neeson? Liam Neeson. Neeson. Because I get Leslie.
Kind of like Nissan, but
yeah, I guess
weird.
I get like Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Kind of so Liam Neeson. We call him Liam Neeson shoot 'em ups.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like, hey, what's this movie? Looks like a Liam Neeson shoot 'em up. Oh, is it?
Yeah,
because we get into those. Those are
they're good too.
Those are good. Did you know Arnold Schwarzenegger was in one like that?
I'm sure he's been in a couple.
One of the main ones like that I can remember seeing. It was called Collateral.
Yeah,
and he was
vaguely remember that one.
And he was a Los Angeles cab driver. He picks up.
Try it one more time.
It's a Los Angeles cab driver picks up a passenger who seems normal until he realizes his fare is a hitman on a mission. One night of driving becomes the most dangerous shift of his life. So then he has to like do action star stuff as a cab driver.
Dang.
So it's almost like it makes you question, like, well, how's he doing all this badassery?
Yeah.
But that was I can remember seeing that movie, and it was a pretty decent one. I mean, but a lot of the older Arnolds were pretty decent, but that was like at the waning end of the believable Arnold like actionies.
Yeah.
Were you never an Arnold actiony guy?
I liked his action comedy ones, like
like Kindergarten
All
Cop.
the Way, Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah,
those.
What if it's a tumor?
I'm just a family man, but it's a tumor. Like I love watching Predator. Always have.
What's the matter, Dylan? CIA got you pushing too many pencils.
I do agree that it is the perfect Valentine's Day movie.
A Predator?
Yeah.
Okay. What other one do you got?
Okay, so I pulled up a list because I was having a little trouble thinking. One of them, I honestly don't know if it falls into that category or not, but Gran Torino.
Yeah, kind of.
Because he was just an army man.
He was an army man, but he was just trying to live a normal life, not trying to live those old army men way, like trying to live the old way like he has to do back in war.
Right. Because he was in Vietnam and he was very racist.
That happens. He used the G word a lot in that movie, didn't he?
He used several.
He used a lot of. I remember the G word came out of his mouth quite a
lot. Yeah,
a lot of racism.
That's the one that made me go the worst.
Like he kept saying it, just like
but he learned that you know what, they're people just like I am, and you know what, love their food. I don't know what a lot of it is, but it's delicious. And then becomes friends with them, and like even gives the young teenage boy that tried to steal his Gran Torino, he just gives him his Gran Torino.
Remember the porch scene to where he scared the people so bad?
Yeah.
And it.
Oh no! It wasn't on the porch.
Was it on the porch?
No, it was when the girl, right where he started being friends with him, was out there with her boyfriend, and he slapped her, and he gets out of the truck, and he's like, have you ever met somebody and you realize you shouldn't have fucked with them? Well, I'm that guy. And he points his finger at him like a gun, and he goes, pew, pew, pew. At each of them, they're like, ha, ha, ha. And then he reaches in his jacket real fast, and then he pulls it out, and they're like, this dude's not fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because not only did he slap her, if I remember right, it was going to escalate. He was indicating that it was probably going to be a
bad time,
a real bad time.
Bad time. Just insinuation.
Yep.
Bad time.
Yep. You can figure it out.
Yes.
And he was not going to have that. He didn't care who it was. Also, she's kind of my friend. And I got scared. And then he went out like a G.
He did.
It was real sad, but you know what? He knew that would fix all the situation.
It was kind of a crier.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love old guy Clint Eastwood movies. I don't care about the cowboys shoot 'em up ones. This $1 Million Baby, man, one of the saddest but best movies I've ever seen. I'd say if you watch it and you haven't, just don't watch the last 30 minutes.
Don't do that.
I cried the entire time of the end, and I didn't know it was going to be a sad.
No, you thought it was going to be a boxing.
Yeah, I was like, cool. I'm not into sports movies much, but I like the motivational, like
You had no
like
idea.
Remember the Titan style things, and I'm like, okay, there's going to be some ups and downs, but
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm like, oh, he accepted her. He's going to train her. She's going to be good, and she's killing it. Like, they get this, where they like each other, in like a coachee relationship way. And then she has an accident, and he still goes and sees her, and you're like, and at that point, I'm like, man, that's so sad. Like, she's paralyzed, like, can't even move her eyeballs, kind of paralyzed. She's catatonic, but she's conscious. That would be hell. That'd be the worst kind of hell. But he goes there every day. He sits with her, reads her stuff, like the newspaper, tries to joke with her, even though she can't respond. And like she could like twitch and stuff sometimes. And she would like work out a needle that was attached to medicine keeping her alive.
Yeah.
And they would run back in to do things. The last thing that she did, she bit her tongue in half.
Yep.
And they come in.
That was traumatic.
Yeah, and like
you would never even think.
Yeah,
that was about to happen until you see it.
Exactly. And he was like, "I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'll be back in like 20 minutes or whatever." And then all the sirens and alarms, and he runs back, and the blood's everywhere.
Oh, Tiny, that scared me so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. That's supposed to make that on silent when this is happening.
That scared me so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to do that, but it's still recording.
Oh my God.
But he runs back, and then there's the blood everywhere, and that's when he's like, I know what I got to do. And because they'd almost developed a father-daughter style relationship. Her parents were shit. His kids didn't have nothing to do with him, or he didn't have kids, one.
It's almost like all that each other had.
Exactly. They were the only people in the world for each other.
And he wasn't going to let her go.
And he was
going to be there. He was going to be there every day while that machine kept her alive.
He was like, you know what?
Treat her like she was a living person.
You're going to make it back. Like, you have to. I love you. And then he's like,
I've got to let you go.
I've got to let you go. That's the best way I can love you.
Yeah.
And then so he does something like pumps her full of medicine, or puts an air bubble in a tube, something like that. But
air bubble.
He helps her Aussie style to transition to make it to the clearing at the end of the path. And it's the saddest thing, because then afterwards he's sitting there at this diner where they had pie together, and he was like, This is really great pie, and then it just fades out to black.
There's a movie that has a similar kind of vibe to what we're talking about, but it's like, how somebody gets forced back into a lifestyle they no longer want.
Yeah.
The movie Shooter.
Dude, that's such a good one too.
Shooter.
Yeah, because
he's just living in the woods with the dog.
Yeah,
living in the woods with the dog. Like the only time he's ever getting his shooty time in is because he's killing.
That's another one. They killed my dog.
Oh, dude! Like that's a rough movie with some spots, but at the same time too, like then he's a shooter, and he is a skilled shooter, but he is not the shooter.
Okay, so these people come to him. They're like, "We've heard that there's going to be an assassination on the president. You are one of the best snipers that ever lived. So what we want you to do, we're going to give you all the deets of what's going to happen with POTUS. And so you tell us, based on your experience, if you was going to take out a target, what would happen. So that way we can determine where it's all going to happen." So he goes, looks at the area,
gives them a layout of what he thinks. Gives them a
layout, and this is what he thinks is going to happen.
And lo and behold,
and then guess what happens? Exactly that. And guess who gets framed for it? Him. Because while he's gone, they steal one of his guns.
Yep.
or no, they anyway. It comes the
It comes back. Well, they found his gun. They found his gun at this.
No, they found shell casings. That's what it was.
That matched up to this gun.
Matched up to this particular gun of his. That was a reach out real far and touch something style gun.
Yeah, like the 1,000-meter range shots.
Yeah, and he was known for being able to take shots, like the most incredibly difficult shots. And so he's like, "Well, I'm going to figure out who did this because it wasn't me."
There's only a few people.
There's only a few people in the world, and there's this one particular guy who's a really good actor. He plays
Robert Duvall.
Yep, really good actor.
Gunny?
That's R. Lee Ermey.
Oh yeah,
but he's not even in that one. But
not Gunny. Like
the Hispanic guy. That's who I'm talking about.
The Hispanic guy.
The Hispanic guy who's the agent trying to get him.
Oh, I forget.
Yeah, because he also gets abducted and gets the hell beat out of him, and
he does.
Just rigged where it makes it look like he did the thing to himself. And then Gunny because they call Mark Wahlberg's character Gunny. Gunny saves him.
Michael Pena?
Maybe.
Like he was also an Ant-Man?
Never seen it.
Oh, dadgummit. I'll pull him up real quick and we'll verify if we're correct. Because I think who you're talking about is this man?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Pena.
Okay. Yeah, great actor. But they go through the whole rigmarole to determine who it is. And when they finally meet
I got
together,
Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise confused with the gun range because there was a gun range thing, but it wasn't Robert Duvall.
Well, it wasn't a range. It was just this old guy in the woods with a voice kind of like this.
I ain't never seen nobody. Let me see your hands.
Well, like no, he goes. He kind of went to shake hands. And he just like rubbed his hand in his palm, and he was like, "Hey, Gunny," like he knew that he was a soldier based on the calluses on his hand. And they're like, "Well, there was a shot like this taken at the president. How many shooters are there in the world that could have made this shot?" And the guy's kind of, "Well, go over there to that one shelf, third shelf down, forward to the right, grab the lighter red book, because they're both sun faded, but the one I want's just about 2 degrees more faded." And so he goes to this rickety pile and pulls out this book, and he flips for a sec. "That's what I thought," and puts it on this magnifying thing to throw it on the screen. And he's like, "Well, there's only about 3 shooters in the world that could have hit something like that. One of them was you, Gunny. But I don't believe you did that. You know, you're a good old Marine." He's
basically.
Like, "That's right." And he was like, "I still remember that shot you did right before you got deployed that time. Like, you shot 4,100 million yards, and you hit dead straight nuts onto that little fly."
I remember that song by the Proclaimers. You remember the da-da-da-does and da-da-da-da and how far they'd walk? Well, Gunny shot that. I remember use him.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd shoot 500 miles just to shoot 500 more. Yeah. I remember, Gunny. You did it that time in Legend.
I seen that one time where you looked into the sun and shot the nuts right off that gnat with your 45. I remember that. And
that's...
hold on. The whole movie is he's trying to prove his innocence.
Literally, you just like the synopsis is: an ex-Marine sniper living in isolation gets framed for an assassination attempt. To survive, he has to use every ounce of his military expertise while proving his innocence.
Yeah.
I don't know why Optimus Prime slightly read that for a minute, but he did, and I'm sorry.
Oh.
And if Mark Wahlberg is watching, so are we.
Did you ever see Hunted?
Oh, yeah. Is that the one with Tommy Lee Jones and John Travolta?
Yeah. No, it's not John Travolta.
Who is it?
It's
I know who you're talking
Benicio
about.
del Toro.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro. Yeah. There's a different one that's like a different kind of movie that is a hunting style movie that has John Travolta in it too. I forget what that's called. Or they're having to like fight in the woods with like bows and arrows and shit.
Oh yeah, there is.
I forget what that one's called.
I can't remember what that one's called either. That's also another good one. But
there are several movies that kind of fit within this trope, and we didn't realize how many movies fit within this trope because we've watched a lot of things that fit within this trope. So if you have anything you'd like to add to our list, hop on our Discord, talk to us about it on there. If you see us in person, like a lot of you do.
Are we at the end of the episode already?
Brother, we have got here.
Dadgum.
That's what happens.
I wanted to tell them one more thing before we got off the horn here.
Okay, well, what's that one more thing?
So I'm looking to run a game of Candela Obscura.
You showed me a little snippet of it today from the Critical Role.
I mean, honestly, that's one of the coolest 1-minute commercials for anything I've ever seen. Very well done, very good thing. Anyway, it's this cool TTRPG that's more of a narrative thing, and it's collaborative with the players. So the game master kind of does the story, but it's built in such a way that you sometimes ask the characters, "Hey, well, what do you see?" And so you get to help make the story even more so. And it's like a Eldritch Gothic horror style thing, but without Cthulhu. It's really cool. If you want to play, get in the Discord in the Backyard Bonanza and let me know. We're looking at we're talking 3 to 4 sessions. 5 if there's a session 0 at the most.
We have previously gathered together and played some D&D on the Discord group. We had a buddy of ours actually who had decided he wanted to DM his first round, and that was very fun.
Yeah, so he did. He started doing really good.
It was just schedules would not allow everybody to continue the campaign. I mean, people forget if you get a grown ass answer for who is the worst villain in the D&D universe, you say adult schedules.
Yeah.
That is the worst villain of the D&D universe.
That is the Eldritch horror.
It's an intangible fear that will strike your campaign dead quicker than any critical failure on your roll.
And odds are, if we're both able to be there, it'll probably be a Tuesday sitch.
See, in our last round of Dungeons and Dragons, he got to play Big Red Angie, and I got to play the Couch Gnome.
Yep.
It was a fantastic voyage that we were taking for a little while. I had magic that was focused in
needs to come back.
I had a cylindrical tube made out of crystal that I would use that would produce a vapor that made my magical powers activate for all of my radiant light beam, missile spells, all that stuff. I would suck in a big plume of vape magic and I'd puff it out at him. Oh, it was Couch Gnome.
And I was basically the god of death in inconveniently lit
and it was kind of the DM's fault for not taking into the stats.
I wasn't going to tell him that first time.
No, because he said a fog rolls in.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah,
yes, because I also had a spell that I could cast fog. So I was like, bro, you made it so easy for me. Yes, this is going to be awesome. Because being a new DM, I know there's no way he can know all the subclasses and everything. And because I even sent him videos like, hey, man, I'm playing a Gloomstalker. Here you go. This is what I'm playing. He was like, cool. We sit down, and I'm just murking people. And at the end, he was like, how? And I'm like, did you read the description of Gloomstalker? Well, I did, but I forgot. I'm okay. So basically, in low light situations, I pretty much with this skill right here and with this right here and my racial thing, if there's foggy, I'm basically invisible without being invisible. I'm invisible with a bunch of steps.
Yep, just basically invisible, and I can see you forever.
Yep.
You are clearer to me because it's now a dim light situation than it ever would have been had this been clear day.
Exactly.
I see you better now. You can't see me. What's up, brah?
Yeah. And also, I'm very angry.
He's very angry. And he was quick to jump, because without extra explanation, you were quick to jump to the worst conclusion and just snap necks. There weren't even checks being cashed, just necks being snapped. It was usually the balance of the break, snapping necks and cashing checks. No, there's just neck snapping and no money being collected because you gave away your money. You didn't care about your money.
You said the rest of the party
ever. You said the party can have your money. You're going to get a name.
I never even said you could have my money. At the end of the first thing, I just walked back to the bar and I got my L that I was interrupted with.
Yeah.
And then the DM is handing out money, and I don't think he realized I wasn't there. Because there was at some point we're at a village trying to buy something. I was like, man, I really need this. And they're like, well, don't you have money? I'm like, no, I've got $3.
I'm like, nah, brother, you didn't take none of the money, so we just split up the extra amongst us because, you just stormed off. I guess you didn't want no part of it. I tried to holler at you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much what happened.
Thanks for joining us this week, everybody. I hope that you have a fantastic week the way we have had a fantastic hour sitting here and talking to ourselves and to you. Tiny.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not just a toy. I'm a doggy dad.
What if Jason Statham came in the room holding 2 grapes? What would you do?
I ain't eating them.
He would say,
Nah, dude.
"Oh, listen to your podcast."
I'd be like, man, I'm pretty sure if I eat them grapes, I'm gonna die.
"You think that voice you do sounds anything like me?
I feel like I did a pretty good job.
You know who I am." And then he shoves the grapes in his ass. We would have never saw that coming.
No. I felt like it was probably gonna be a situation where he sticks them so far in your ass that you can taste them. That's a long way. That's past the elbow.
Do you know how that tastes?
It'd be real quick too, like,
Yeah, it happened.
and you're like,
lightning
man,
quick.
and you're like, man, them grapes are fresh. They're still cold. You just pull them out the fridge. Also, my butt hurts.